Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hi everyone, how are you today? Cloudy sky today. How's everyone doing? I am so sorry. Hi Lisa, good afternoon Tracy and everyone. I don't know when, Lisa, you left a message, but I'm sorry I'm so late. I had back-to-back sessions. I'm so sorry. So, let's get this party started. What's the question, actually? I forgot the question. Okay, thank you so much. What's the question? Let me see. Let me take a look. My channel. What's in store for the American banking system after 3 banks failed? Yes, that's it. What's in store for the American banking system after 3 banks failed? So we had Silvergate fail one day last week before Friday, right? Take those 2. We also had, and Silvergate is a cryptocurrency bank. We also had Silicon Valley Bank fail. Now, this was a tech company, and it was a depositors bank, and it was the 16th largest bank in America. But when they say 16th largest, how is the number 16 and the word largest go together? There are 15 other banks much larger than Silicon Valley Bank. And how many banks do we have in America that they keep saying it was the 16th largest bank? And what does large mean? Does large mean they had tens and millions of dollars in the bank? Because I'm a little confused when they want me to believe what they're saying. Everybody, the 16th largest bank, well, what does that mean? Seriously. Hi, Layla. Hi, Nita. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? You know, I'm not a financier, so I don't know what it means, but it's kind of driving me crazy at this point, right? Because what's the smoke and mirrors when you want to convince me that it was the 16th largest bank? The 5th, the 6th, the 16th? How wealthy is America that the 16th largest bank is number 16? How wealthy are we? That are there banks behind number 16? Just asking for a friend. I'm not a financier. I don't know what any of this means. I'm just trying to understand it because I'm a regular Joe trying to do business in America that also has businesses overseas. That somehow the 16th largest bank, number 16, somehow or another can affect the Japanese market and the UK market. Confused. But if everybody notices, it got a little quiet immediately. Isn't that the game? To make things nice and quiet and for everyone to believe that the FDIC are the heroes? Isn't that what we're supposed to be saying? Oh, and then they came in and like superheroes, they saved the world. Or did they? Do you know the FDIC has gone without proper funding at some point in their 75-year history? They're not superheroes. Do you know that it really depends on how much money the American government has because they are the American government? Did you know that if the American government is feeding wars, at least 3 we're trying to feed other countries, that maybe the FDIC isn't as solvent? I do believe that they are, but maybe they aren't as solvent. Because there was one time when they did not have enough money. Did you know that when a bank has been taken over, like Silvergate or Signature, and you had $1 million in the bank, that the FDIC will need to liquidate and do what it takes, and that it could take you years to get your money back, if ever? Their intention is to get your money back, but they have to do it in such a way that whatever they do to liquefy it, they will have a lot of deductions. And once they are done with their deductions, what's ever left over, then they can share amongst investors. So many Silvergate and Signature people are really shit out of luck. SVP may have been saved for right now. And I'm telling you, the only reason why I feel like SVP may have been saved is because there might have been some big name people attached to SVP, or SVP is a part of a global aspect. So them failing would mean America could globally cripple everyone's economic capability. And now other countries, India, UK, Japan, are going to have to figure out how to never let America affect them so badly. The Tokyo market still has not recovered today. I think it was down 2 points today, and it struggled today. And the only way the UK was able to solve their Silicon Valley Bank in the UK is because they had HSBC buy it for $1. Wow. So it got a little quiet today. But the markets are volatile. And the markets are still reacting to what happened over the weekend. The media is not necessarily explaining that to us. And then you have me. So, are we going to be okay? What's the question again? Let me ask the question one more time. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. What's in store for the American banking system after 3 banks fail? Okay, let's take a look at it. I'm so nervous. Ugh. Emotional cleansing. Some new rules are going to come out. I feel like the new rules are going to have to come out. I feel like the new rules are going to have to come out, particularly with cryptocurrency type of banks. I think I know what's happening. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with cryptocurrency. I think if any banks have any cryptocurrency investments, those banks will fail. I believe they have to fail. I believe if anybody has any cryptocurrencies and there's a way to cash in now, do it. I think they're going to stop the trading for cryptocurrencies. I haven't heard anything right now, but I think it's going to come down to individual banks not giving people their cryptocurrencies in the form of US dollars. I think they're trying to render cryptocurrency null and void. The way it stands today, I think they're trying to make it null and void. And I think that if they cripple any banks that have any cryptocurrency connection, this is the way to cripple that sector of the economy. It's going to be a really big fight, though, with the life of cryptocurrency and the life of money, paper money. There is going to be a financial war on cryptocurrency versus paper money. The reason why there's going to be a war on it is because we are technically not making any more paper money. We're not making new money. Which I don't know if that means this is digital money from the government. Like, do they just press a button and they can make up $414 billion? I'm not sure about that. But I know paper money is no longer a reference point. And so there's a hate relationship. I'm just talking about this government. There's a hate relationship this government has with cryptocurrency because it never bothered to understand it. And it means people are in control. The peoples are in control. And governments never like it when people are in control, nor do they like when people are in control of money. Governments like to control you. So there's going to be a full-out war with any banks that have cryptocurrency influences. There's a sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. So I feel like there's a sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. Okay, the sadness. I feel like people are going to begin to understand how their government is working against them. And I think people that have the ability to make money through cryptocurrency is going to see the government take the money from them as they're standing outside with cash in their hand, as an example, paraphrasing, and the government goes, no, that's mine. It's kind of like when the cops stop you in a car, right? And let's say your purse has $1,000 in it. And they arrest you on purpose, but the only reason why they want to arrest you is to take your $1,000. And then you're like, I had $1,000 in my purse. And they're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Of course, now we have cameras and stuff like that that literally can catch cops if they have the camera on. So you see what I'm trying to say? That there's checks and balances, but turn them on and off, and you could take money from people. That's what I feel like is going to be happening with cryptocurrency. customers. Now, I find it interesting that I'm not hearing anything from the cryptocurrency community. I'm not hearing outrage. I'm not hearing more complications out of Silvergate and Signature folding, which makes me really suspect as to what people are using cryptocurrency for. Is the government closing these banks down without telling us that they have an undercurrent, that cryptocurrency banks have an undercurrent of, somebody mentioned it in a group, of it's on the tip of my tongue. What do you, of dirty money? The word is escaping me right now, of dirty money. Oh, thank you, Layla. Thank you. Of washing dirty money. I'm not saying the right thing, right? Washing the dirty money. So is the government not telling us that that's what cryptocurrency is doing? Or is that something that the government believes that's what cryptocurrency banks are doing? And are they seizing the opportunity to take down cryptocurrency accounts? My other question is, to be honest with you, is did SVB have any cryptocurrency influences? Launder. Thank you, sweetie. Laundering money. Thank you. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I'm trying. Healing, creativity, fertility. So there's going to be a sadness. There's going to be an ending. And I have to tell you, there's going to be a financial war. Now, the financial war could come in a form of something like the Cold War, or it could come in a form of a financial war between governments and banks. But I have to tell you, if there's going to be a financial war, did you guys know that the FDIC can raid banks and never tell you? In 2012, I think it was, they raided FDIC raided 16 banks and all of its branches. And let me tell you something. Your neighbor could be a FDIC and you'll never know it. These guys look like regular Joes out there. They are not walking around with black suits and black sunglasses. They are dumpy, overweight. They look like your grandmamas and your grandpas. They look like a little 25-year-old dumpy nerd. Yes, they do. And they are masterminds at the ability to seize a bank. And so as to not panic the public, they never make the announcement. So there's absolutely going to be a war on smaller banks, regional banks. They're going to close people. Somebody told me, and forgive me if you were the one that said it, but somebody told me that it's going to come down to 3 banks, right? I believe it's going to come down to the bigger banks. But I also think they're sending a message to the bigger banks. So they're telling the bigger banks, you might want to clean up your act. Right now, we're not looking at you, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase. We're not looking at you. We're looking at you, regional banks. And if you have any cryptocurrency influences, we're going to secretly take you down. We will not tell the public, but big banks will know. And so they're giving big banks an opportunity to clean up their acts. Could it come down to a handful of banks 3 to 5? Yes. Yes. However, no one wants the big banks to have a conglomerate. So it could come down to just cleaning house. Because America does not have a grip on the banking system. It runs separate from government. So if they restructure the banking system by closing any banks that are associated with cryptocurrency, it says a warning message to the bigger banks, the first 5. They start cleaning up their act. They start getting rid of cryptocurrency investments, portfolio, stuff like that, right? And then they start saying to the big people, so we're not going to let you be a conglomerate under no circumstances, but we're going to start setting up banks that does have a cryptocurrency influence, but now we understand it. We will be in control. Now, big banks, you can get involved, much like what? The telephone companies. You can set up systems that's for cryptocurrency only, but it's going to be like, oh, Tree Bank is a subsidiary of Bank of America, but Tree Bank does the cryptocurrency. And so when something needs to be shut down, Bank of America is safe because they don't carry the cryptocurrency account. But Tree Bank, well, you made a mistake, and so FDIC is going to come over and take Tree Bank down, but Bank of America is going to be safe. And when the time comes, Bank of America is not even going to say we're associated with Tree Bank. But the whole banking system is going to change. What the government needs is time to catch up. They can't catch up. The digital world doesn't let governments catch up. They've never been in banking. They don't understand banking. Their computer systems are still not equipped to handle everyday life. Their phone systems, anybody's cell phone is much better than a government computer. So at this stage of the game, what's going to happen is that the income needs to be seized and then will be given back to the government because the FDIC is the government. Now, if the government says we need to prove our computer systems to deal with other seizures, they get to keep your monies, banks, regional banks. They keep your millions of dollars. They're going to settle with you later after they tell you, absolutely, this is your money, but because you weren't doing the right thing in the first place, based upon this, that, and the third, when we took your money and it was about cryptocurrency, we needed to develop systems in place, computer systems in place to deal with this sector of the world. Now, they already know that they need advanced computer systems. They're all sitting back going, but where do we take the money from in government? I know. Let's seize the cryptocurrency banks. We'll get the money from them. This emotional cleansing is going to happen, and it's going to make people crazy because, again, there's going to be all these smokes and mirrors, which means they're going to make you panic. There's nothing wrong, people. There's nothing wrong. But they're going to make you panic, especially if you're not in cryptocurrency, especially if you don't have $1 billion in cryptocurrency. If you got $1,000 in cryptocurrency, you're not really at a loss. The money's not real. Do you understand? So I'm not talking to the small Joes out there, but when they do make you panic, They'll make you panic, much like they did this weekend, so that they can, what did they do? The minute they made you panic, they closed down Signature. Oh, SVP is closing. And the FDIC walked right into Signature. We didn't even know it. By the time we found out, it was already taken over. And they're going to attach all of this fear to your heart. So a lot of people are going to be like having heart attacks, like stress. Do not panic, people. If these banks have nothing to do with you, do not panic. Sometimes we got to sit back and go, oh, that's a lot. That's interesting. Oh, another bank fell. Wow. Oh, another regional bank fell. Regional, the word regional is a big deal. That's a lot of local banks. Oh, another regional bank fell. Wow. The banks aren't coming for small Joes. What they're going to do is have the media help you to panic and make you crazy and make you think whatever's happening. Because, by the way, if you want to make yourself affected by this, they're like, well, not my fault. We never said you. We said we were going to do this. If you're going to take it personally and have a heart attack, okay. Sorry. But the mass hysteria, that's what this is. This is mass hysteria. Now, look, here's what you guys don't see because I didn't pull it down fast enough. Crazy. Getting to your heart, which is money. Straitjacket. If this ain't a game, crazy, first make you mentally crazy, your heart is attached to what? Money in America. We see the money as the color green. And then you all are going to want to be in a straitjacket the way the media is going to report it. All the while, they're closing banks across the country. You don't even know it. Money, tied and bound. The government wants money. All they see is money. This is a man. I don't know why I get the sun card, but I get the sun card in a past position, so I feel like the financial sector, the sun goes down. Oh, child. Not the best of news. Again, something about the heart. What is happening here? How many of you all see money as love? How many? Because that's the ones that they're going to get to, the ones that see money as love. Look at this King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is looking at this coin like it's a love interest. If that's how you view money, you're in trouble. Look at that. He's looking at that coin like this. Like it's an inanimate object, but he's like, if you are that type, you might want to fix that today because there's a whole mind thing that's going to be happening and it's going to make you panic, which means it's going to give you stress, which means you're going to give yourself a heart attack, which means none of this has to be so. If you just realize a lot of this is smoke and mirrors. All right? Be mindful of your monies. Again, I'm not talking to the people that are got $1,000 in their account. That's not who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to people that have $10,000 in their account. That's not who I'm talking to. There is going to be a shock that we are not expecting. There's going to be a shock, and 3 economic stages will be affected. There is going to be a shock. So, banking is one. Might be a housing shock. What else could banks affect? Employment? Could they affect employment? Maybe. Maybe employment and then housing. It's going to be a shock again. Yeah. Damn. It's going to be a shock that's by design, everyone, and it's going to take us 2 years to bounce back. The shock is first. 3 economic areas. So it could be 3 or 4, because I think the bank is the bulldozer, but it could take down 3 other areas. So employment, housing. What's a third area that money could affect? Yes, banking affects payroll. That's why I got employment. Thank you, Feedy. Stock market. Oh, Phoebe, you are good. Because the sun is in the past, which means there's going to be a cloud, which means, listen, guys, this is where everything changes. Listen to me carefully. Thank you, Phoebe. There will be no such thing as stock markets after this. Because how can the American banking system affect Japan? We do it by way of looking at the stock market. And the stock market is the measure of whether or not others can see how solvent we are. Nobody wants that to be seen anymore. So again, we're going to wind up in a place where we're going to say, oh, remember when there were banks? Do you remember when there was such a thing as stock markets? Do you remember that? So I'm getting 5 areas. 4 areas. Banking is the bulldozer. It's the tsunami. And so stock market, employment / payroll, housing. 4 major areas. But banking is the bulldozer. The other 3 are going to be affected. It's crazy to me. Crazy. Just crazy. Just maddening. No, not food. Not food. Food is going to be a byproduct of everything, right? So it's not going to restructure the industry, right? The lack of food could be a byproduct of everything, but it doesn't restructure food. Stock market has to be restructured. Housing has to be restructured. Employment has to be restructured. And banking has to be restructured. Look, this money guy comes up again. Second time, money guy. First time, money guy. Second time, money guy. I wish I can get this thing to, oh, I wish I can get it to lean like that. Don't you like that better so you could see it more? Don't you like that better? Wish I can get it to lean a little bit. I'll see if I can prop something up to make it lean a little bit. But now, can you see what I'm saying? Let me see something. Maybe I could make it lean a little bit. Now, do you see what I'm saying? And we will see it in 4 weeks' time. In 4 weeks' time, we will see this. So people that have business with regional banks, people that have cryptocurrency, if they're letting you, which I think they're going to stop in a minute, if they're letting you take your money out. But if you're going to take your cryptocurrency out, you have to convert it to cash, because they are trying to dismantle cryptocurrency. It's not going to work. It's just that because cryptocurrency doesn't have regulation, if you don't convert it to at least cash, your version of cryptocurrency is going to mean nothing. So you can't just take it out in cryptocurrency and think you're going to hold on to it. You're going to have to convert it to cash, and you're going to have to start all over with cryptocurrency. But to be honest with you, the government has to shut down cryptocurrency, and then the governments have to build up cryptocurrency and get you to come on board with their version of cryptocurrency like they do paper money. So, are we going to be okay? Nope. I'm just saying don't panic, because it's a big picture. It's not a little picture. It's a big picture. What they are trying to do is to get people to panic, be fearful, show them, danger, danger, danger. But all the while, they're already shutting down banks. And you don't know it. They're probably shutting down banks today. And you don't know it. Right? Because they can do it in secret. By the way, what they do is that they show up to the bank at the close of business. At the close of business, they show up to the bank. I don't think it's happening right now. I think it's going to take about a month. I think they're going to see where the market is going. Oh, should I just leave it like that? I think I'll just leave it like that. They're going to see where the market is going. And then I don't think the government is going to care what the panic looks like. If you panic, you panic. What I believe is happening, unfortunately, I believe it's how we rob the rich. I think it's a legal way to rob the rich. That's why, regular worker, I don't want you to panic. It's a legal way to rob the rich. Kind of like saying, well, no one authorized cryptocurrency in the first place, so what are you doing? Well, we're going to take it and we're going to figure it out because your banks aren't doing right, supposedly. But the bigger picture is to shut down cryptocurrency. That's the bigger picture. And no one has explained to me yet whether SVP is involved in cryptocurrency. The only difference with SVP is that it had real depositors, whereas Silvergate and Signature did not. They had mostly cryptocurrency funds. All right. Right side up, beggar. Wow. Confront empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. There is going to be a financial war going on in America. I don't know why people are scared right now to say something, which gives me concern that cryptocurrency isn't being used for the greater good. Maybe the government knows something that we might have missed, because you digital people are way too quiet. You tech people are way too quiet. Y'all are like this. And let me tell you something. People went into SVP and did not get all their monies. They're going to get it like in incremental gains. I'm telling you, they lied yesterday. Like, you Monday morning, you go in and all your monies are going to be there. One news reporter said, one after another, people were coming back and they were coming out and they were disappointed. They got some of their funds, not all of their funds, but a promise to get all of their funds in incremental gains. Beggar. Thank you, Irene. I love that. This is a full moon total lunar eclipse on May 4th in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, Bank of Financial Institutions. Also, Pluto in Aquarius. Also, the first bank when Pluto was in Aquarius hit when Pluto was in Aquarius, which is why I think there's going to be a system for cryptocurrency that's going to begin once Pluto hits Aquarius. Okay. Beggar does not mean to be starving for food or to be considered a beggar. May beg for attention, love, authority, and material objects. Money represents a symbolic test that compels you to confront self-empowerment. And then it says, but it does include homeless person, indigent. No need to be starving for food to be considered a beggar, meaning all of these people that are way too quiet about this in terms of real companies saying the government stole my $10 million account, people are way too quiet. So people are doing something with those digital accounts that the government is saying, stop it, seize it. And so they're sitting back going, oh, we got caught. We're screwed. All right, guys, that's it. Antennas are down. Oh, chow. Antennas are down. I hope I helped. I don't know if I did, but I don't want you guys to panic, I think is what I'm trying to say. There's no need to panic. That's for regular Joes. All you tech people, panic. All of you, panic. All of you that's had a free ride and thinking, panic. Because you guys are going to get the most affected. And however way they're doing this, they don't want this to have a global impact. So I do believe, which is not going to show up right now, but I do believe the stock market has to fail. People are too quiet, right, Lottie? It's too quiet. Something's not right. The calm before the storm. Okay, I got to get out of here. I got to go walking. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me do this. Oh, by the way, call me for your own personal reading. 213-458-7408. I still have openings. I love you. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.